Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to a beautiful Saturday morning here in Surfside, Southern California. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a little chilly, I will admit that, and there's a slight breeze going on, but that ocean looks beautiful, doesn't it? And you know that somewhere out there, there are yellowfin tuna and bluefin tuna and skipjack and dorado and so much more, because it has been an incredible fall so far. Hey, great to be with you. Thanks again for all you do for Friedman Adventures, including hitting that like button. That means so much to us. Leave a comment down below, tick the bell. You'll be notified when there is new comment. And of course, share this video with a friend and subscribe to Friedman Adventures. You can also find us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. We're there every single day for each and every one of you. Can't thank you enough. Some really important dates. November the 3rd, we're on board the Horizon, our last trip of the year. It's a day-and-a-half trip, includes all your meals, $495 out of H&M Landing in San Diego. The Horizon next Friday, leaving at 7 p.m., back in Sunday morning early. Should be a great trip. I will see you there. I'll be on board that one. November the 11th is Captain Eddie Leland's Memorial at All Souls Cemetery in Long Beach, California, 4 in the afternoon until 8 in the evening. And then finally, December the 2nd, we've got our Christmas party at the Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club, and you are invited. Just send me a text to reserve your spot. It's going to be fun. Patreon members are absolutely free, but you must make a reservation so we can prepare a really nice meal for you. Make sure you do that. If you're not a member, $15, you get a great meal, lots of fun, a lot of great people in the sport fishing industry to hang out with. It is going to be a great day and evening over there, December 2nd in Redondo Beach, California. Send me that text right now, and I'll fill you in on all the details. All right, let's get into it with you, and let us start south of the border with my dear friend Louis Prieto, who is down there with It's For Reals Sport Fishing. It's For Real Sport Fishing. If you're heading to Ensenada, that is a great place to make your fishing dreams come true. And I'll tell you, Louis is a fantastic guy. He'll tell you all about the city of Ensenada. He'll put you on some great fishing, as he did here. He ran all the way down to Santo Tomas to see if he couldn't get a bottom bite. Man, did he ever. Nice bottom fishing. As we've been mentioning, Ensenada still has offshore opportunities, but the very nature of fishing offshore is hit and miss. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't want to go out there and goof around with trying to find a kelp or trying to find that right bunch of yellowfin or bluefin that want to bite. And so you opt to catch rockfish, and man, gorgeous, nice lings and reds and all kinds of other bottom grabbers. And of course, they are some of the finest eating fish in the sea. There's still big bonita around the local area, some decent calico bass fishing around the Punta Banda area. There's some really nice fishing going on in Ensenada. And once again, check out my buddy Louie. It's For Reals Sport Fishing. You're going to enjoy that. All right, hit and miss out of San Diego. In fact, I would say it was a little bit down yesterday for the most part. We saw less yellowfin tuna, less bluefin tuna. We've seen this kind of scenario on a fairly regular basis where, you know, the bite is full speed wide open, and then all of a sudden, where did they go? Where are they? And then after a day or so, like maybe even today, they're relocated. That is not to say that there hasn't been some really good fishing, but there were a lot of misses also. Now, once again, that yellowfin tuna is beautiful grade, like 25 to 40 pounds in most cases. The bluefin, 8 to 40 pounds. Most of it, I'm going to call 12 to 20 pounds on the bluefin tuna, but sometimes you'll run into even bigger grade fish than that. And you have to vary your tackle. You have to have as light as 20-pound fluorocarbon right on up to 60 to 80 pounds. You're definitely going to want to have some heavy stuff along with you, just in case the bite, the intensity of it goes up, or the fish are bigger, because you don't want to get on one of those bluefin or one of those yellowfin for too long a period of time. The longer you're on them, the more they can go wrong. So keep that in mind. Catch them on as heavy a line as they will bite, and you'll figure that out as it all plays out in front of you. If it's the way it has been, it's long drifts and lighter line. 25 pound usually will work really, really well. A back hook bait really works well. A belly hook bait really works well. I've seen nose hook baits on our most recent trip on the Independence work really well also. So again, observing, talking to your crew members, asking them what's working, and that will get the job done for you. Jesus Motorcito was on board the Outer Limits. He graces the cover of today's morning briefing. Jesus, nice job there. He said he had a great trip. He had 3 bluefin and a couple of yellowfin tuna. Nice hit for Jesus there on the Outer Limits. Polaris Supreme is in the middle of their 3-day trip. They radioed in here with 122 bluefin and 30 yellowfin tuna. Not a darn thing wrong with that kind of fishing. We actually are pretty spoiled, and I'm talking about myself right now. When you hear scores, when guys are up there around a fish for rod on these beautiful fish, and you're like, oh, okay, well, not that good. Man, I need to kick myself and remind myself how special this bite truly is. It really is good. Ocean Odyssey, 28 guys, day and a half trip, 47 yellowfin tuna, 7 bluefin tuna. Daiwa Pacific, 12 guys, 24 bluefin tuna and 3 yellowfin tuna. Pacific, a day and a half, 40 bluefin. Liberty, 26 guys, day and a half, 41 bluefin tuna. San Diego, boat that leaves in the morning out of Seaforth comes back that same evening. 34 guys, 9 yellowfin, 8 bluefin, 11 Dorado. Sea Watch, 11 guys, 7 yellowtail, and 3 Dorado for them. So the full day boats, it was a little bit more difficult. That area around the 43, which is east of San Clemente Island, and a 35-40 mile run for San Diego-based boats. But everybody, LA Orange County-based boats, have been fishing that also, and they can get to that and access that. It was a little more hit and miss, and more miss than hit yesterday. However, as I said, we've seen this thing kind of ebb and flow, come on and go down, and hopefully it's going to get back on the bite here again today. Blackfish Yacht, they're out of Davies Locker. Sport fishing, 3 guys, 3 bluefin tuna. The Fury with great fishing. They only had 8 guys on a 2-day trip. 30 bluefin tuna, shy of limits, just barely. 2 yellowfin tuna. Not a doggone thing wrong with that kind of fishing. On board the Thunderbird, they had some outstanding fishing. In fact, a guy by the name of Ozzy Bakitari. Ozzy, good morning to you. He had some great fishing and shows us some really nice photos of a memorable trip on board the Thunderbird out of Davies Locker. So when we talk offshore here in SoCal right now, we're talking boats from San Diego all the way up to Redondo who can access these areas, and it's still been pretty darn good. A little bit of breeze going on here this weekend, not much, nothing to really make you worried about. Next week, if the long-range forecasts hold up from Tuesday on, it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be typical Southern California fall weather. Now, that big fish out on Tanner and Cortez is there, and it could go on the bite again at any point in time. Once again, there's kite fish out there, balloon fish out there, nighttime yo-yo or nighttime knife jig fishing. You want to have heavy tackle if you're headed out there. You want to have heavy tackle. If you have it, just bring it along with you. It makes all the difference in the world. 2-speed Daiwa reels are our preference with 100 to 130 pound spectra. Works really, really good. And knife jigs in the 300 to 500 gram range are about best right now. 200 pound leaders is what I like to see you with. That'll make all the difference in the world. Now, once again, we'll watch this situation offshore. We've even had fish around the 14-mile bank, Catalina Island. It all seemed to get off the bite here yesterday a little bit. Will that last a little while? Maybe. It could be tidal. It could be moon phase. You just never know with these crazy tuna. I mean, they have a mind of their own, and they exercise it on a regular basis. So something's up right now. Is it the end? No way. I mean, water temp 69 degrees. We still see a steady flow of fish crossing into U.S. waters from Mexico. It's just down or moved or something, and we'll find it again here in the next couple of days. All right, my friends, let's talk about the islands, because there was some decent signal at the Coronado Islands, but still no yellows to speak of. Looking there at the islands, Mission Bellfish there yesterday with my buddy Scott Buchert, who was the deckhand on there. And Scott called me about 14 times late last night to go over the details of that trip. He said, not much yellowtail, saw a lot of bait there. We caught bottom stuff, lingcod and rockfish and that kind of a thing. But hopefully that yellow bite will get going again. Same thing, San Clemente, Catalina, Channel Islands. wonderful rock fishing going on up there. Stardust out of Santa Barbara, tremendous rock fishing. Mirage, Limits, Coral Sea, great fishing for them. We've seen some really great bottom fishing going on, but not much in terms of any kind of surface activity. There's squid starting to show up over a vast area in Southern California, market squid. And of course, I mention that because that is a magnet that will not only hold our bluefin tuna through the winter, it's a food source for them. And they look at that and they say, well, hey, we're not going anywhere. We're just going to camp out here. There's plenty of food around. Water temp's okay. When the water temp's not okay, we can regulate our body temperature, bluefin that is. So I mention that for that reason. But also other predators, halibut, white sea bass, all of that stuff. And probably that will manifest itself in 2024. But it's just nice to see that food chain working and moving in the right direction. So we'll keep our eyes on that. The local situation, you got to start down there in San Diego because the new Seaforth has been doing really good on the Yellowtail. In fact, yesterday afternoon with 19 anglers, they had 19 Yellowtail surface iron working really well on these big forkies as well as fly lining. And man, I'll tell you, you're in some nasty neighborhoods there where these fish can get you in the rocks and the kelp and all of that kind of stuff. They're recommending you fly line with 40 to 60 pound fluorocarbon. Keep that in mind. Man, that's nice fishing at 5 yellows in the morning. So hopefully the new Seaforth keeps on trucking on. That is some really good fishing down there out of Seaforth Sport Fishing in San Diego. Nice big yellows locally. Good to see it. I love that kind of fall fishing in SoCal. Elsewhere up and down the coast, we're seeing tremendous rock fishing and a little bit of bass, but mostly rockfish for everybody all the way up to Redondo Beach, California. We've seen the Victory with limits of rockfish, the Monte Carlo half-day boat out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. They've been catching whitefish and sheepshead and that kind of stuff. And we see a lot of that up there out of Redondo and Marina del Rey. That bite has been very, very good also. Don't forget, the El Patron is going tonight out of 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. They're going to point their bow toward that bluefin, yellowfin, dorado, and who knows what else they may encounter on this trip. Once again, 22nd Street Landing, only 10 anglers on this one going tonight. 310-832-8304. In the surf, we continue to see guys catching good amounts of bottom fish, of perch and a few yellowfin croaker. There's been some decent fishing here, and the fall bite can be really, really good on spotfin croaker. Richard Cayo's been out recently. We love Richard. He's always out catching the surf perch and also catching some nice yellowfin croaker. Good fishing up and down the coast. In the fall, they're still biting lures. I like a 3/4 ounce chrome crocodile. It's just a go-to lure for me. You can fish a lucky craft and get an occasional halibut, and you can also fish bait that you dig up here in the sand. Sandworms is one way to do it, and sand crabs, which have been a little bit more difficult to find here recently, is another way to do it. Or you can go to Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California, right there on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. There's some really good bait selection down there. There's great tackle for you. You can get it all at Big Fish Bait and Tackle, including 10% off your lobster hoop netting gear right now. Go over there and say good morning to those guys. I think they open at 5 a.m. They're up bright and early for you also. You can grab your bait and come right over here where I am. I'm 5 minutes away and catch some nice surf fish on a gloriously beautiful day like this. Catalina Island, still wonderful lobster hoop net fishing going on. It has been red hot there. Remember, all that boat pressure this weekend will be centered around Avalon, so you want to get away from it. Go west or east of there, and you should have some really good bug fishing. It has been limit style fishing for quite some time. And don't forget, if you want another 10% off and you want to do it online, promarahi.com, promarahi.com, and put in Friedman 10 at checkout, and they'll knock 10% off your bill. So keep that in mind, my dear friends, as we continue to watch this all very, very closely for you. All right, we'll continue to monitor this gloriously beautiful day Hopefully more and more boys get back on that tuna again today. There was some good scores, but it was down a little bit. Don't forget those important dates, November the 3rd. We're on board the Horizon. Great, beautiful, comfortable boat. It's going to be our last trip of the year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see you on board that one. You can book by going to horizoncharters.com. November the 11th is Eddie Leland's Memorial at All Souls Cemetery in Long Beach, California, 4 to 8 in the afternoon. And then finally, December the 2nd, our Christmas party. You've got to come over and celebrate with us. Get into the Christmas spirit, talk fishing, have a lot of fun, have a great meal. It's going to be a memorable one. All right, my friends, as always, what better way to start my morning off than to start it off with each and every one of you. I deeply appreciate you hitting that like button, sharing these videos, and of course, subscribing to Friedman Adventures. It means the world to us. Leave a comment down below, and TikTok, Instagram, Facebook will be there for you later today. Have a great day, and I hope to see you really, really soon.